माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद।
जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद।
जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव।
जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव।
निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल।
जय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल।
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की
जय।
जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
श्री कृष्ण प्रभु की जय।
All glories to Hare Krishna. So Mataji, how we'll start now?
Yeah, Prabhuji, Mangalacharan prayers, you will start, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Dhirayet Nashtaprayasha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Nashtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपथकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। मुगं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिमित्कृपातं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं। नमावो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So welcome all devotees for this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So today I think we are in Canto 5. We are continuing chapter 19, verse number 17 and 18 today. So Mataji, somebody would like to recite this verse?
Ambli Mataji will start or?
Hare Krishna. 17, 18. Eda samabho bharatya praja nama bhireva punandi namatmana chobas prishyandi edo samabho bharatya praja namabhireva punandinatmana chobas prisyanti Chandravasha Tamraparni Avadoda Krudamala Vaihayasi Kaveri Veni Payasvini Sharkaravarta Tungabhadra Krishna Venya Bhimaradi Godavadi Nirvindhya Payoshni Tabireva Surasa Narmada Charmavadi Sindhurandha Shonascha Nadau Mahanadi Vedasmritir Rishikulya Trisama Kaushigi Mandagini Yamuna Saraswati Drishrabhadi Gomadi Sarayu Rothasadi Saptavadi Sushoma Shatradruchandrabhaga Maruditha Vidasta Asikni Vishwedi Mahanadya Chandravasha Tamraparni Avadoda Krutamala Vaihayasi Kaveri Veni Payaswini Sharkaravarta Tungabhadra Krishna Venya Bhimaradi Godavari Nirvindhya Payoshni Tabireva Surasa Narmada Charmanvadi Sindhurandha Shonascha Nadau Mahanadi Vedasmritir Rishikulya Trisamam Kaushagi Mandagini Yamuna Saraswati Rishtadvadi Gomadi Sarayu Rothaswadi Saptavadi Sushoma Shadadruchandrabhaga Marudhyuda Vidasta Asikni Vishwedi Mahanadya. Translation. Two of the rivers, the Brahmaputra and the Sona are called Nadas or main rivers. These are other great rivers that are very prominent. Chandravarsha, Tamraparni, Avatoda, Krudamala, Vaihayasi, Kaveri, Veni, Payaswini, Sharkaravarta, Tungabhadra, Krishnavenya, Bhimarthi, Godavari, Nirvindhya, Payosni, Tabi, Deva, Surasa, Narmada, Karmanvadi, Mahanadi, Vedasmriti, Rishikulya, Trishama, Kaushiki, Mandagini, Yamuna, Saraswati, Drushatvadi, Gomadi, Sarayu, Rothaswadi, Saptavadi, Sushoma, Sadadru, Chandrabhaga, Marudvartha, Vidasta, Asikni, and Vishwa. These inhabitants of Bhadravarsha are purified. The inhabitants of Bharatavarsha are purified because they always remember these rivers. Sometimes they chant the names of these rivers as mantras, and sometimes they go directly to the rivers to touch them and bathe in them. Thus, the inhabitants of Brahmavarsha become purified. Purport: all these rivers are transcendental, therefore, one can be purified by remembering them, touching them, or bathing in them. This practice is still going on. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So we are actually here in the 19th chapter of the 5th canto. This 19th chapter discussing about the descriptions of the island of Jambudvipa. So in the Bhumandala, we know that we have this one tract of, this one is Jambudvipa, where we have 9 different tracts of land in Jambudvipa. And we were discussing all the prayers so far given to the presiding deity of the tract of land. And specifically, we are now coming to the description of the island of Jambudvipa. In this Jambudvipa, now this 16 to 20 verses, which we are now from yesterday, what we are discussing is discussing about mountains. So the 16th verse is discussing about the various mountains which is located in the Jambudvipa. And now 17 and 18, today 2 verses combined together is describing about the rivers, which is actually present in this Bharatavarsha. So mountains, actually, mountains not for Jambudvipa, specifically mountains for Bharatavarsha. That means basically where we are residing now. And now 17 and 18 is actually rivers present in this Bharatavarsha. Then 19th is about birth activities and destination of the inhabitants of Bharatavarsha. And 20 is about the association of devotees that is leading to liberation. So this is 16 to 20 is having this theme about the mountain, rivers, and inhabitants of Bharatavarsha. Then from 21 to 28, we'll have the demigods glorifying Bharatavarsha. So we'll discuss about the rivers today. So here, we know that every day we are chanting, when we are purifying the water, we are chanting the mantra, right? Gange Chemane Cheva Godavari Saraswati Narmada Sindhu Kaveri Jalasmin Sarnin Guru. Just by chanting this mantra and touching that water, whatever we have the Chaman Patra, that water having the Chaman Patra gets purified. That's why Prabhupada is writing here. Sometimes they chant the names of these rivers as mantras. So we do that every day for the Chaman and some before doing Chaman. No? And sometimes they go directly to the river. So we know people today in India, everywhere they go to these rivers, like they go and they take bath. So that we have a very strong faith that these rivers will purify us, and when somebody leaves their body, their ashes also is went and merged, means dissolved in this river, so that they feel that the soul will get innumerable blessings of that because of that. So they directly go to the rivers to touch them, and also people also bath them. So this practice is still there. So what is its purpose? Thus the inhabitants of Bharatavarsha become purified. So the whole spiritual life, we are chanting, we are following the Ekadashi Vrat, we are doing the devotional service. The main thing is, the purpose is to become purified. Because the more we become purified, we will easily get attracted to the Supreme Lord Krishna. The more we become contaminated, the more we move away from the Supreme Lord. So all these are purificatory process. And one such purificatory process is to actually chant the mantras of the rivers, holy rivers name, and also to take bath in them. So these are very clearly written from the scripture. It is not anybody's concoction. It is in the scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam, how the inhabitants of Bharatavarsha become purified by either by chanting these mantras, rivers mantras name, or by touching them, or by bathing them. So in this, all the rivers are prominent rivers are mentioned. In that, in the beginning, Sukadeva Goswami is saying about the two main rivers, the Brahmaputra. So we all heard, right? The Brahmaputra is very, very famous river. Actually, if you go to internet and see, it is actually Brahmaputra is so famous that it traverses a distance of 2,900 kilometers. It traverses as through 4 countries. That is Tibet, Bhutan, India, and Bangladesh before entering the Bay of Bengal. So we can understand, see how much. That's why this is very prominently described. 2,900 kilometers means it's something very huge, the Brahmaputra. Same way, the Sona River also, that is also very famous. It's also a perennial river located in the central India. It originates near Amarkantak Hill in the district of Chhattisgarh, and finally merges with the Ganges River near Patna in Bihar. So these are two prominent holy rivers mentioned in the scriptures, Brahmaputra and Sona. And they are called Nadas, means they are the main Nadi, like they are the main rivers. And apart from these two main rivers, also there are great other rivers that are very prominent. So some of the rivers we are familiar, some maybe we are not familiar also. Chandravasa. Tamrabarni is in Tamil Nadu. We know the Tamrabarni river is very famous. If you know any of the rivers, you can please unmute and you also please highlight. So Tamrabarni is in Tamil Nadu. Chandravasa, Avatoda, Kritamala, Vaihayasi, Kaveri also in Kaveri is also in Tamil Nadu. And Veni. Anything in Kerala also you can highlight. Kaveri, so far two has come, Tamarabarni and Kaveri, which you are familiar. Veni, Payasvini, and Sarkaravarta, and Tungabhadra. Tungabhadra is actually in Karnataka. Krishnavenya, and Bhimarati. Godavari also is very famous. And we are chanting this mantra, no? Narmada Sindhu Kaveri. Gange Chemune Cheva, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmada Sindhu Kaveri. And Nirvindya, Payoshni, Tapi, Reva, Surasha. So Narmada also come. Narmada is somewhere near the part of this Gujarat side, that side, Narmada river. Charmanvati, Mahanadi, Veda Smriti, Rishikulya, Trisama, Kaushiki, Mandakini river, we already discussed Mandakini river near the Nepal side, where we are getting the Shalagram also, Mandakini. Yamuna, of course, we know in Vrindavan, Yamuna from the Delhi side, it is flowing. Yamuna. Saraswati is also near this Badrikashram. Now it is said that in Saraswati in modern times is going below the ground, and now we cannot see physically. But at the Badrikashram, we can see that flow of Saraswati river there. Drishtwa, when we went to Chardham Yatra, we were able to have the darshan of Drishtwati. Gomati river, that also we heard. Sarayu river many times described in Ramayana. So with Lord Ram pastime, Sarayu river is very, very prominent in that same place. And then Rodashvati, Saptavati, Susuma, Satadru. Chandrabhaga is also very famous. Chandrabhaga we heard. Marudbruda, Itasta, Asikni, and Vishwa. So these are the prominent rivers which are given in the scriptures. Still, some of the rivers are there, but maybe the names are a little bit changed, but some are still maintaining the same names like Yamuna, Ganga, and Mandakini, and Narmada, Tamrabarni, Tungabhadra. So all these things, some are still there, some maybe a little bit modern times, the names may be changed. But these are the holy rivers which are flowing in the Bharata-Varsha. So the inhabitants of the Bharata-Varsha, they are getting an opportunity to get purified because they always remember these rivers. Because part of our culture is actually we are, if you go everywhere to Kasi or to Vrindavan, we can see every day they are doing evening Ganga Arati, Yamuna Arati, because we are always glorifying. Basically, our culture is very environment friendly. We try to worship the rivers, because they are holy. And there is a goddess for each and every river, like Ganga, Mother Ganga is there, Mother Yamuna is there. So we are always worshipping them, and we are very, very much, seeking their blessings to progress in our devotional service. And they always remember these rivers. Sometimes they chant these names of these rivers as mantras. So that we already discussed: Gange, Chamana, Cheva, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, Jalesh means Sannidham. Like we are chanting every day. And sometimes they go directly to the rivers to touch them. So people go for pilgrimage, for especially to have the darshan of this river, to witness the puja which is happening there, and then they take bath in the same holy river. Thus, these inhabitants of Bharatavarsha become purified. By this process, the inhabitants who are in Bharatavarsha, they become purified. So Prabhupada is writing the purport. All these rivers are transcendental. Transcendental means they are very divine. Divine. For materialistic, it may look like a normal river. Like because rivers are throughout the world. Every country has their own rivers. You know, like Nile River is there in Egypt, very long river. But nobody worships them, you know, because they do not know the importance or they do not respect. You know, everywhere they just see as a like a tourist spot. But here, our scriptures, they are giving the transcendental. All these rivers are transcendental. Therefore, one can be purified by remembering them. So anything transcendental, if you are in touch with those things, then we become purified by remembering them, touching them, or bathing in them. This practice is still going on. So like that, Srila Prabhupada is saying. So any rivers you are able to remember, which you know, which is flowing in your place, or which you have taken, you had an opportunity to touch or take bath in these holy rivers. Anybody want to?
Pamba River, Prabhu. Pamba is Sabarimala also.
In Sabarimala, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Which one? Samba.
Pamba.
Okay. Yes, here where it is? Samba. Prabhu, it is here mentioned here.
No, it is not here. Yeah.
We say Pamba, right? Pamba River, right?
Yeah.
Pamba.
Yes.
I also taken one time when I went to Sabarimala, very long before. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other river? Anybody remembers that they have taken bath or they have had the darshan of that river, which is mentioned especially here? Okay. So
Kaveri Prabhu. Krishna.
yes, Kaveri Prabhu, yes. Yeah.
It's
That
our
is
place
flowing in
only.
our Tamil Nadu, yes.
Yes.
Kaveri.
Meet of Srirangam, this honor.
Srirangam, yes. Very sacred. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Any other devotees would like to say any other river which they have taken darshan or taken bath?
Prabhu, Chandrabhaga is in Maharashtra, right?
Chandrabhaga, Prabhu?
Is it in Maharashtra, right?
Maybe, Prabhu. I need to check that one. Chandrabhaga. Chandrabhaga. Chandrabhaga, actually, Prabhu, yes, Chandrabhaga is one of the major rivers in Amaravati district of Maharashtra.
Maharashtra.
So is Narmada also in Maharashtra, no?
Narmada also, I think, Maharashtra only, Mataji. Narmada, because this Bali Maharaj, I think that was happened the banks of Narmada River. This Bali Maharaj passed in Narmada River, previously known Narmada, the fifth longest river in India. It is also largest flowing river in the state of Madhya Pradesh, and Gujarat.
Okay.
The river flows through the states of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. So that's why they say this island, Kachati, this not Kachati, this one more Gulf of this is there, Gujarat. So it is said that this Narmada river is associated with this Vamana Dev pastime. Gulf of Kambat. So that is there. Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat.
Okay, sir. Thank you, Rudy.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So all these are holy rivers, and one can get benefited by either by chanting their mantras or by touching those rivers or by taking bath in them. So this is said in our scriptures. If there are no points of discussion, we'll go to the next verse. Hare Krishna. So we completed now 2 verses, which is 17 and 18. Next we'll go to 19th verse. So anybody would like to listen?
Thank you,
Hare
Guruji.
Krishna, Prabhu, Dandar Pranams. Welcome,
Sorry,
Prabhu.
Guruji. Just now joined.
Yeah, Prabhu. We are very happy to
vehicle got
your association. Welcome, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Guruji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I will read, Guruji, next
Yes,
one.
Prabhu. Please, Prabhu. Yes.
Okay, 19. Thank you,
Hare
Guruji.
Krishna.
Verse number 19. Hare Krishna. अस्मिन्नवे वर्षे पुरुषैर्लब्ध जन्मभिः शुक्ललोहित कृष्णवर्णेन स्वारब्धेन कर्मणा दिव्यमानुषनागर नारगग्ग तयो बह्व आत्मना अनुपूर्वेण्य सर्वा ह्येव सर्वेषां विधीयन्ते यथा वर्णविधानमपवर्गच्चापि भवति। अस्मिन्नेव वर्षे पुरुषैर्लब्धजन्मभिः शुक्ललोहित कृष्णवर्णेन स्वारब्धेन कर्मणा दिव्यमानुषनरगगतयो बह्व आत्मन अनुपूर्वेण सर्वा ह्येव सर्वेषां विधीयन्ते यथा वर्णविधानमपवर्गच्चापि भवति. Translation little okay. Thank you. Translation: the people who take birth in this tract of land are divided according to the qualities of material nature, the modes of goodness, sattva-guna, passion, rajoguna, and ignorance, tamoguna. Some of them are born as exalted personalities. Some are ordinary human beings, and some are extremely abominable. For in Bharata-varsha, one take birth exactly according to one's past karma. If one's position is ascertained by a bona fide spiritual master, and one is properly trained to engage in the service of Lord Vishnu according to the four social divisions, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, and the four spiritual divisions, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa, one's life becomes perfect. Translation once more. The people who take birth in the tract of land are divided according to the qualities of material nature, the modes of goodness, sattva-guna, passion, rajoguna, and ignorance, tamoguna. Some of them are born as exalted personalities, some are ordinary human beings, and some are extremely abominable. For the Bharata-varsha, one takes birth exactly according to one's past karma. If one's position is ascertained by a bona fide spiritual master, and one is properly trained to engage in the service of Lord Vishnu according to the four social divisions, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, and the four spiritual divisions, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa, one's life becomes perfect. Purport. For further information, one should refer to the Bhagavad Gita 14.18 and 18.42-45. Srila Ramanujariya writes in his book Vedanta Sangraha. Just a minute.
एवं विदा
पराभक्ति स्वरूप ज्ञान विशेषस्योपादक पूर्वोक्ताहरहर उपजीयमान ज्ञान पूर्वक कर्मानुगृहीत भक्ति योग एव यथोक्तम भगवता पराशरेण वर्णाश्रमेदि निखिल जगद उद्धारणायावनितले अवतीर्णं परब्रह्म हिमभूतः पुरुषोत्तम स्वयं एतद् उक्तवान् स्वकर्म निरतः सिद्धिं यथा विन्दति तच्छृणु यतः प्रवृत्तिर्भूतानां येन सर्वम् इदं तदं स्वकर्मणा तम् अभ्यर्च्य सिद्धिं विन्दति मानवः. In Vishnu Purana 3.8.9, the great sage Parashara Muni has recommended Varnashramajaravata Purushena Para Uman Vishnur Aradhyade Pandha Nanyat Tat Tosha Karanam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is worshipped by the proper execution of prescribed duties in the system of Varna and Ashrama. There is no other way to satisfy the Lord. In the land of Bharata-Varsha, the institution of Varnashrama Dharma may be easily adopted. At the present moment, certain Dominiac sections of the population of Bharatavarsha, disregarding the system of Varnashrama Dharma because there is no institution to teach people how to become Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras, or Brahmacharis, Grihasthas, Vanasprathas, and Sannyasis. These demons want a classless society. This is resulting in chaotic conditions. In the name of the secular government, unqualified people are taking the supreme governmental post. No one is being trained to act according to the principles of Varnashrama Dharma, and thus people are becoming increasingly degraded and are heading in the directions of animal life. The real aim of life is liberation, but unfortunately, the opportunity for liberation is being denied to people in general, and therefore their human lives are being spoiled. The Krishna consciousness movement, however, is being propagated all over the world to establish the Varnashrama Dharma system and thus save human society from gliding down to hellish life.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Finish, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu, finish.
Okay. Let's see.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So now we are coming to the next verse, verse number 19, which is speaking about the birth, activities, and destination of the inhabitants of Bharatavarsha. Very nice verse. Actually, Prabhupada is giving very wonderful purport for this. As usual, Prabhupada gives a clarity of what is being said in the verse translation. So the translation goes like this: the people who take birth in this tract of land, which is Bharatavarsha, we know according to the qualities of material nature, we are always being like the people, some people are in Sattoguna, we are seeing. Every country, every place we can see this. People mode of goodness, there are people Sattoguna, people who are in Rajoguna, and people who are in Tamoguna. So these categories always we can see everywhere. It is not kind of a religious belief that only Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is having. This is the nature of the personalities. So these people who are in goodness, people who are in passion, and people who are in ignorance, any kind of place, any country, anywhere you go, you can see these people are coming either in the Sattoguna or Rajoguna or in Tamoguna. So this is an universal truth. Some of them are born as exalted personalities, that also we are seeing. Some are as normal, ordinary human beings, we are seeing that also. And some are extremely abominable. Some people are like that, they always make others' life very miserable. Sometimes, like we are speaking about people who are terrorists or people who are, they make others' life very miserable. For in Bharatavarsha, one takes birth exactly according to one's past karma. So in this tract of land, how do people take birth? So that criteria is given. They take birth according to one's past karma. Karmana deva nitrena, we know that sloka. By one's past karma only we are taking birth in this Bharatavarsha. Because sometimes in the heavenly planet, the other tracts of land, maybe there's a different criteria. When you go to the heaven, there is not like you are taking birth according to your no. There only just you go to enjoy the results. You go to hell again to suffer your results. But here we are taking birth only based on our past karma, like where we have to take birth, in which country, to which parents, and what should be our economical position. Everything is determined. What should be our, the intelligence level. Everything is decided by our past karma in Bharatavarsha. But even though we are born, or maybe sometimes higher position, or middle position, or lower position, but if that position is ascertained by a bona fide spiritual master, if he is fortunate enough, if he is coming under the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master and he is properly trained to engage in the service of Lord Vishnu, according to the 4 social divisions, Krishna says that Chaturvarna, Maya Srishtam, Guna, Karma, Vivakasha. So I only created these 4 social divisions according to Chaturvarna, Maya Srishtam, Guna, Karma, based on your guna, because based on your quality and based on your activities. So that division is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And the 4 spiritual divisions, the beginning stage of the life, one is a brahmachari, and the second stage of life is grasta, and third is vanaprastha, and fourth is sannyas. Once life become perfect. So this is how our varnashrama system is actually scientifically designed. Because the purpose of this varnashrama system is not for economic development. The purpose of varnashrama system is to actually get liberated from this material world. So that's why Krishna designed like that. For that, Prabhupada is writing in the purport very clearly. Prabhupada is giving references. For further information, one should refer to Bhagavad Gita 14.18. So 14.18, Prabhupada, the famous verse is there. Sri Krishna gives this verse. Urdham gachanti satvastha madhya tishtanti rajasa adho gachanti tamasa. That means in the 18th verse, in 14th chapter, Krishna gives the destination. If somebody is in Sattva-guna, he is promoted to higher planets. Urdham gachanti satvastha. He is promoted to higher planets. Madhya tishtanti rajasa. Those who are in Rajoguna, they are in the middle planetary system. Adho gachanti tamasa means the people who are in Tamogun, they go to the lower planets. They glide down. That is 14.18. And this is for the 3 gunas. And 18.42 to 45 is actually 42, 43, 44, 45 is speaking about what are the qualities of these different varnas, for varna. That means Brahmana, what is the qualities for the Brahmana is in 42 verse. What is the quality of a Kshatriya? 43. And 44 is mixed with Vaishya and Shudra. And 45 is saying that if you follow your quality of work by nature, if you do it properly, then you can attain perfection and you can please the Lord. So it is not that if I am condemned as a Vaishya or Shudra that I cannot go to the Lord, I cannot get liberated. No. Krishna is saying whatever varna you are there, if you do your duty properly with your thoughts of mind in your mind, then you will attain perfection. So that guarantee Krishna is giving, for verse number 45. So it is not that somebody become a Shudra, he will not get liberated. There is nothing stated in the Shastra like that. Even though the modern politicians or, people, they misunderstand and they say that the scripture is telling people it is promoting one class of people and condemning other kind of people. Nowhere in the scripture it is stating that it is stated that a Shudra cannot go to God. Krishna is also saying in the 9th chapter of Bhagavata, anybody, if they take up the shelter of devotional service, it may be any category, they can attain perfection. In the 9th chapter, the end of the 9th chapter, Krishna is giving that assurance. Again, in 18.45, Krishna is telling that based on your quality, if you are working, still you will attain me, provided you are always thinking about me. So that is there. And Prabhupada gives a reference here about Acharya, Srila Ramanujacharya, writes in his book of Vedartha Sangraha. He recited this verse, very big verse actually, where it is said about the same thing. How one, if they are doing the Swakarma, how they can attain the Siddhim. Yata Vindati Tachrunu. So, it's same is actually referred here in Vishnu Puran also. Vishnu Puran is written by his father Vedavyas, Parasarami. He has compiled Vishnu Puran. There 3.8.9, the great sage Parasaramuni has recommended Varnashrama Charavata Purushena Parapuman Vishnu Aradyate Pantha Nanyat Tattosha Karanam. So very clearly the translation Prabhupada giving here, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is worshipped by proper execution of prescribed duties in the system of Varna and Ashram. See, now we come long way now, 5,000 years after Kali Yuga, everything is distorted. And people who born in Brahmana family, they started claiming that, they are actually Brahmanas. And people, sometimes they exploited the lower class people. And there was so much revolution, especially if you see in Tamil Nadu and all, there was so much revolution because of the upper caste domination and exploitation. Now people may not understand the importance, but the scripture says that if you, whatever your duty, if you are prescribed duty, if you are doing in your prescribed varna and ashrama, that is the way to satisfy the Lord. Varna ashrama Charavata Purushena Parapuman Vishnu Aradhyate, worshipping Vishnu Panta, Nane Tat Tosha Karam. That is the reason how we can satisfy the Lord. So that Prabhupada is writing here in the land of Bharata-Varsha, the institution of Varnashrama may be easily adopted. So it is conducive. But at the same time, in Kali Yuga, at present moment, certain demonic sections of the population of Bharata-Varsha are disregarding the system of Varnashrama Dharma. So nowadays, nobody wants to follow this Varnashrama Dharma. The moment you speak about Varnashrama Dharma, the people argue that you are trying to revive the old caste system. And it is not good. Like that, people will argue. But they don't know that this is not caste system. This is actually a scientific way of Varna and Ashrama based on an inherent quality of an individual, not based on anybody's birth in a certain family. And there is also no institution to teach people how to become Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Because earlier days, people, when after a child is born, after 5 years, they are putting in the Gurukul. And the Kshatriyas are getting trained. And Vaishyas, they are from their father, whatever Vaishya business is doing, the father is training their child. And somebody who is not capable, he is becoming he's actually assisting other three Varnas. It's called Shudras. And throughout the scripture, you can see there is always people born in one Varna and they are changed into other Varna. We know, like Vidura was considered like a Brahmana, even though he was like as a Dasiputra, he only enlightened his brother Dhritarashtra. So like that, there are many examples like Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana. He has composed Ramayana. So Valmiki was not from a higher caste. And even if you see, if somebody will claim that we are promoting only Brahmanical culture, Krishna himself did not take birth in a Brahmana family. Lord Ram also, he born in a Kshatriya family. So it is no baseless argument telling that the scripture is only promoting Brahmanas. The scripture is always telling that Brahmanas are very close to Krishna. Why? Because the Brahmana means one who knows the Brahman or one who is closer to the Brahman. That's why Krishna is telling one who is closer to me, I am closer to him. So Brahman iti Brahmana means one who is understanding or knowing Brahman, or one who is situated closer to the Brahman is called as a Brahman. So that Prabhupada always explains. That's why Krishna is telling, if somebody is always very close to me by spiritual practice, I am also very close, and Krishna always glorify the Brahmana's position. Not that if somebody has taken birth in a Brahmana family and he is doing his very materialistic, Krishna will like him. Not like that. Somebody is taking birth in a Brahmana family and he is working in an IT company and earning salary and he is maintaining his family. To those people, Krishna is not telling, oh, I am very close to Brahmanas. No, Brahmana means one who has taken spiritual life very seriously, one who has taken Krishna consciousness seriously. To those person only, Krishna is telling, I am very dear to them. That this whole scripture, whenever they are saying that whenever Brahmana is glorified, we should know that it is people. Krishna is referring to the people who are spiritually elevated people, not people who are in the modern age who are taken from the caste Brahman, and even if somebody is taken in a Brahmana family and he is also taking spiritual life very seriously, then he is very closer to Krishna. It is not that somebody, okay, now currently somebody is taken birth in Brahmana family, immediately we should condemn him. No. There are also now currently some people who are taken birth in Brahmana family who are actually elevated in their spiritual life. But it's a very minority percentage. But majority have already left their, that natural inclination of spiritual life they have left, and they want to develop economically. What happened? Because earlier days, the Brahmanas were in the temple doing all these pujas. In modern days, the politicians, what they did, they taken all their land, the land they need for sustenance, right? That all the land which belongs to the temple were actually under the Brahmana control, and they had the earning and livelihood for their family through that, whatever comes through the land. Now the current governments, they taken all the lands they taken from away from the temple, and no importance is given for the Brahmanas. So in the society, they are very much ignored. So then what they said, they thought, we also want to be recognized as a society. how will be recognized? If you have money, then the society is recognizing you. So immediately they taken some profession, materialistic profession. Basically, they are very intelligent. So because they are very like their lineage is like that. And they started taking this profession and they become very materialistic. And once the Brahmana is materialistic, the Brahmanas lost their importance in guiding the society. So like that, the whole deviation has happened. In the earlier Vedic system, the Brahmanas only giving advice to the Kshatriyas because they know what is right, what is wrong. But nowadays, there is no Kshatriya, there is no Brahmana. So whole Varnashrama system toppled in the modern times. And these demons want a casteless society. Like we know, the communist philosophy, they don't want to any distinction between any upper class, lower class like that. But basically, the society will not function without this upper class, lower class. Because even if you are working in a company, a manager is coming, we have to get up and wish him, right? We'll give him respect. It is not that I am equal, I am also like manager. We cannot tell like that. Somebody who knows more knowledge, more wisdom, more experience, we have to respect them. That is how we are actually everywhere around the world. But the certain philosophy like this communist, they say, no, everybody is equal. Everybody is same. But their philosophy actually eventually turned to failure. Because if you see the whole way, wherever this philosophy is adopted, there is not much growth or progress or development. There is so much politics there also. So theoretically, it may be lies to tell that everybody is equal, but practically, as soon as somebody gets more money, he will not give value to the person who is not having money. That is human tendency. So these demons want to have a classless society that actually failed. One is capitalist, the rich want to become richer, and then rejecting the capitalist, this communist philosophy came from Russia. But that also got eventually failed. It did not create any happy society by this communism. This is the resulting in chaotic conditions. So they give a very interesting story that how this communism is working. So one time, one person, he said he want to give, the press reporter was there, and he said, see how communism is very powerful. And he told all the people, he called this communist person and told, see, if you have two houses, what you will do? What is the other house? What you will do? Then he told, one house, will you not give it to your friend? Because communism means everybody should get the equal share. That person told, definitely, if I have two houses, one house I will give it to my friend. And he told, see, very good. And he said, okay, if you have two cars, one car, will you not give it to your friend? Definitely, I will give it to your friend. And third, he asked, okay, if you have two cows, you will not give it to your friend? That person told, no, I will not give. He told, why? Because I already have two cows. Because house and car I don't have. So I theoretically I can tell I can give. But actually I have two cows. If I tell I will give, then they will take my cow also. So theoretically, maybe people will tell I will share whatever I have. But practically, if you see people who are having too much money, they don't want to share their money with poor people, either in communist or capitalist. Because human tendency is greediness. Whatever they have, they are not sufficient. So basically, Prabhupada is saying it is impossible to create a classless society. This society will function with some higher gradation, lower gradation based on everybody's experience. Somebody is having more knowledge, we have to respect him. Somebody is very powerful, we have to respect him. We cannot make a classless society. And this is resulting in chaotic situation. In the name of secular government, what is secular government? Like everybody in the world, they are saying you are secular. Secular means they don't want to bring God into picture. They don't want to bring any religion into picture. That is called secular government. So in the name of secular government, unqualified people, especially in Kali Yuga, they will take up the supreme governmental post. So when they will take up the post, what will happen? Unqualified people. And no one is being trained to act according to the principles of Varnashram. They will reject all the scriptures. They will discourage people to go to temple. Now also many people telling, why you are building so much money you are spending by building temple. People are telling like that. But nobody is objecting when you are building 5-star hotel, when government will build big, entertainment city or 5-star hotel or this one. Nobody is telling people when the government is opening liquor shop, they are spending money. When the government is opening big stadiums, investing the crores and crores of money, though nobody will tell why you are wasting money by opening stadium, why you are opening money by building a 5-star hotel. Nobody is giving protest because they know that is for our enjoyment. But when same government will spend money for temple, immediately people will tell why you are wasting money, because people don't want God. People don't want God and people don't want to spend money for God.
Yes,
So
yes.
even though this Lakshmi is actually given by God only, but people don't want to use that money in the service of Krishna or God. So this is pathetic situation. If you see the newspaper, people will argue why you are wasting money by building temple. But nobody argues that why you are building hotels, why you are opening, clubs, why you are opening stadium, why you are opening this one. So a temple is also required because it is Prabhupada said it's a spiritual institution, or it's a spiritual university where people can get the knowledge about God. And so that their life, they can develop self-control, they can develop devotion, they can have a peaceful life because they are chanting the holy name. So as much as everything is important here, more important is to establish proper temples so that people will have a shelter to pray to God. But the demonic people, they will not encourage that. And whatever temple is there, that they will try to close it also. And they will make a big havoc. And so that, people will slowly start losing faith on God. And what will happen? That will become increasingly degraded because people don't have guidance and they are heading in the direction of animal life. So it's a very, very deep meaning is there. What Prabhupada is mentioning here. The real aim of life is actually liberation. We need to get out of the cycle of birth and death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. So we need to get out of this life of cycle of birth and death. But unfortunately, the opportunity for liberation is being denied to the people in general. Imagine any government, they are not promoting the spiritual knowledge, right from school or college. Nobody gives importance that you should have a self-control, you should pray to God, you should chant the names. Nobody says. Everybody there, no. Every government want to mint money. So as much as possible, they are opening the liquor shop. Like Kerala, they are opening lottery.
Yes,
And
yes.
whatever people will earning, they will be tempted to buy money spend that money without giving to their family, either by drinking or by gambling, like buying the lottery. Their family is also getting spoiled. The person's health is also getting spoiled. But government is not bothered. Recently in Chennai, there was flood. Last 2 months before, all the things were damaged because heavy flood. And everything was closed. Hospital was closed, schools was closed, university was closed. But the liquor shop was opened because government need money. So people were going even in the flood, people are going to liquor shop and buying liquor because government need money for this, So the government is not encouraging for spiritual life. We all know that. Now, unfortunately, that's why property. Unfortunately, the opportunity for liberation is being denied to the people in general. It is denied because there is no institution to promote spiritual life. And therefore, their human lives are getting spoiled. So therefore, the Krishna consciousness movement, however, is being propagated all over the world to re-establish the Varnashrama Dharma system and thus save the human society from gliding down to hellish life. So we know that even if we have not come to Krishna consciousness, definitely we will also be living a materialistic kind of life. Just we need to earn money, save money, take care of our family, and one day we will leave our body without knowing that we will be taking birth again. But because we have fortunately come into Krishna conscious movement, we know that this materialistic enjoyment only lead to repeated cycle of birth and death. But if you serve Krishna, we will get liberated and no need to come to this material world again and again. By that way, what happens? Our life become very simple. We don't spend money for unnecessary things, and we don't engage in unnecessary things. Whatever required for functioning this material world, little bit of whatever good food, good shelter, good cloth, and rest of the time when all these things are there, little amount of money for our future, and rest of the time we can engage in glorifying the Lord, hearing about the Lord, chanting, offering bhoga, honoring prasadam, discussing about the Lord. Our life becomes very simple. When life becomes simple, what happens? We will experience peace. If life becomes complex, it is very difficult. But when life becomes simple, very less things only we are thinking about, then our mind becomes very calm. Then you experience peace. When you experience peace, gradually you will experience pleasure also. In that way, the Krishna conscious movement is actually simplifying the complex modern human life into simple living and high thinking. Whatever it is possible, Prabhupada said it's the best use of bad bargain. Whatever we are there, even suppose we are enjoying material life, still whatever we are earning, we have to use it some portion for Krishna service, offer the food. And like that, we can spiritualize our life. Even though we are engaged in materialistic life, that materialistic life also, if you are Krishna consciousness, it can be transformed into spiritual life. So that opportunity we are getting through this Krishna conscious movement by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas and the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. We are getting this wonderful institution where we can spiritualize our materialistic way of life and gradually get relieved from this entanglement and go towards the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So that is the understanding here. Now, the devotees, please feel free to share like whatever you want to share your experiences or realization or understanding, or if you have any questions, you can please share. And Prabhupada also said that he has established only 50% of preaching, 50% is left. 50% he said is establishing the Varnashrama system, which is actually very challenging in the current modern society. But again, there are Prabhupada disciples like His Holiness Bhakti Raghava Swami Maharaj. He is actually striving his best to establish this in Mayapur and other places. He has established many such communities around the world. So that whatever they are doing, we can also support those initiatives. Hare Krishna. So any discussion or any questions or any comments, can please feel free to share. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Welcome. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Anybody want to add anything? Sarvada Mataji.
So, Prabhuji, nothing, everything wonderfully Prabhuji explained.
Yes,
Very
thank you very much. Yes, yes, we are lucky.
informative.
Yes.
So it's very, very important. Yes. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Just I'm adding that whatever in the three slokas. So what we as a devotee we require the purification. So
yes,
how from we Prabhu explained about this Ganga. So all this only the purification purpose. Second one is so we starting with the purification means internal and outside. Then for the mantra by meditation Ganga. Then we are taking bath with purification of mantra. So Ganga Chemune Cheva. So even the water. So means only the spiritual way. So also we Prabhuji explained that one. So the Varnashrama dharma. So if the preaching purpose, somebody is arguing with so we are Brahminical. So you means Varnashrama about the Varnashrama dharma. So even we Prabhuji explained that Valmiki on the Sri Rama and Lord Ram and Lord Krishna. So they are not. So they show us how they means Vishnu and Kshatriya. So Valmiki. So we have the different examples, different points here for the preaching purpose. So actually, very there is a means in my point, this all this for preaching purpose, it is very very beneficial. Prabhu. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Sadhana Shyam Prabhu. Thank you for wonderfully sharing your understanding and points. So that's why we very deeply we have to understand these things. Otherwise, superficially we may not get that appreciation what Krishna consciousness is doing. Unless we understand this whole core that human life is for liberation, and for that this Varnashrama system is very conducive to achieve that. So, and how Krishna consciousness is helping, all those things if we understand, then we can appreciate whatever we are doing and hearing, how much we are very fortunate that we have come under the shelter of this wonderful movement. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So, Sri Kumar Prabhu, any other points, Prabhu, or we'll wind up?
Nothing, Prabhuji. Very clearly. Thank you, Prabhuji. So I think we can.
Thank you for giving the opportunity also. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. That's really thank you. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And I think, Prabhu, today evening we have the Chaitanya Charitamrita class also evening. So
Yeah,
devotees who are free can join.
join.
Hare
Take the opportunity to.
So thank you all devotees. Thank you, Sri Kumar Prabhu, for coordinating wonderfully all this week up and every day. Hare Krishna.
Vancha
So,